Welcome to Xbox Uncut's weekly podcast. This is your host, the one and only Dustin, because I'm the only one here. I'm the one and only. I'm replacing Vern and everybody else on the cast this week because everybody kind of ended up a little busy. We wanted to do a big show, especially with Phil Spencer's interview that blew up, that a lot of people ended up commenting on, because it was like a non-stop bitch fest about, oh, he's lying to us, or this is the third year. I've had people compare it to 9/11 and how it's a tragedy every year they have to relive. And it's just been this most awful BS I've ever seen, like, regurgitated on the internet. Like, it's been so over the top, even though nothing bad was said. It was just like, oh, we pro gamers, we're going to keep it going, and we want to make sure people get the best experience, and we want to be there for our customers. And people are like, oh, look, they're 180ing again. And it's just like, come on, grow the hell up. Let's move on from this. Microsoft has good games now. They have a good online infrastructure. They have a new Xbox One experience that is pretty buggy. I mean, I'm liking it a lot. It's running really fast. It's snappy. But it is, it's buggy. But I knew what I was getting into. I signed up for it. But they've been firing it on all cannons, just like running forward to make it the best possible experience for its users. And I've been enjoying my Xbox. Like, I've never bought this many games before. I've never had this much fun on a console. I had somebody comment that they would have probably been a PS4 fan or PS4 only console if they didn't have Xbox fans like they did. And that's what they kept them with this system. And they told me that, and I didn't agree, because it's just one of those things. You look at all these exclusives on Microsoft's console, between Sunset Overdrive to Ori and the Blind Forest, all the way up to what we're getting now with Rise of the Tomb Raider coming out first on Xbox. I just don't think you could really compare it to any other console. They've just really been firing on all cylinders, and I've been loving what they've been doing. Right now, oh, wait a second. I have people tweeting at me nonstop. And supposedly the Wicked Soul is stuffing his face with food nonstop. I'm sorry I can't hear you over myself stuffing my face with ketchup-drenched hot dogs. Well, I hate to say it, I'm not a ketchup man. I can't do ketchup on hot dogs. Alright, there's only one thing you need, and that's mustard. Like deli mustard on a hot dog, it's the best. But not to regress to hot dog talk, but that's what the internet is. It all just ends up turning into a bunch of wieners. But back to Microsoft. Microsoft's been doing a great job, firing on all cylinders. I don't see why this hate came out, and I know y'all are going to want to hear it from the whole panel, what they thought of the interview overall, and just who is getting anything out of this. Like, I don't understand. Like, I just said like 20 times, but I don't understand why people want to hate. Like, this is the greatest time in gaming. And I will not say that word again. I'm trying not to. I don't know. I don't want to use the word like. I'm trying not to. I'm trying. But we're going to move on to just kind of experiences I've had in the week. The reason, like, everybody's had issues, I didn't even know if I was going to make the podcast this week, because I had to go to the dentist's office and get some work done, and I still got to get work done, and it's going to be sketchy for the next couple weeks with me. Not next week, but the week after, which I really still want to do the podcast, but they're going to end up probably pulling about 3 of my teeth, 4, like my molars are just grew in the wrong way, and it's just going to be fun, and I'm not going to want to talk more than likely. But if we have plans, contingencies, I know Vern really wants to host, and we have Jason, he'll definitely host. Tim, Tim's okay host. You got to be careful with Tim a little bit. He gets a little too excited. And then you have somebody Steve Rules. Yeah, that's that guy. But he's wrong too much. Wrong too much. I'm just calling it out now. The man doesn't understand a 5-point scale. I mean, if you can't understand that, I don't know how you can host. That's why I prefer the 5-point. Okay. But, so, I went to the dentist this week. I wasn't sure, so I needed to coat my pockets with a little extra cash this week. So I decided to sell my third Xbox One, so now I only have two. You know, I sold the third Xbox One to my older brother, Chris. He had to sell his PS4 a while back because he ran into issues. And I wanted to go and hook him up with, I wanted him to have a next-gen console. He loves Fallout more than anybody I know. He played the hell out of Fallout 3, and he doesn't play many games. So we ended up getting him a pass to EA Access. There's going to be a podcast takeover according to Mickey Worm. Thanks, Mickey. Thank you. We ended up getting him a year of EA Access because he likes Madden, FIFA, all the sports games. We ended up getting Xbox Live Gold for a month, and we ended up getting, he got an Xbox One. So once he buys Fallout, that's normally all the games he would buy in a year anyway. And just showing him all the differentiators between Xbox and PlayStation, like, I think he's really going to dig it. And I think he's going to just like having a subscription service to EA Access than going to GameStop, trying to buy the 2 or 3 games that he likes, because he would normally buy like Madden 13 and Madden 12 for like $10 and sit there and have the really old games and try to kind of play them and just be like, yeah, I play. And this way he doesn't have Madden 16, but he has Madden 15. He's keeping fairly up to date. And when they put Madden 16 on EA Access, I'll have that. He's been playing Dragon Age, which I know he's been digging. So it's been a good experience for him so far. And I'm happy that he has an Xbox One instead of a PS4. Especially since we can do party chat now. So he can BS with me, Vern, and Marie, and everybody else that's sitting there. Just, playing some video games. What else happened to me this week? I played Uncharted. I know this is just me rambling, but I played some Uncharted. It's pretty fun on the PS4. It's, if you saw me live stream it, it was fun. I tried not to put my face overlay over top of it. I wanted to just to have like a full screen, non-stop, 1080p, 60 frames per second adventure for anybody following on like YouTube or on Twitch, but it plays like an old game. Like the mechanics aren't all up to snuff. I want to get to Uncharted 3. I know that's where it really, well, I know everybody says Uncharted 2 is the best, and that's where it really shines. But, game design evolves, and just like any game, Gears of War, Uncharted, whatever, that's that. I know a few of my friends said they were actually going to sell their PS4s and just move to Xbox only, because they just don't have the games that they want to play on it anymore. And that kind of sucks, because I like having the other system, and I'm really honestly not going to have anybody that plays PS4 anymore on the friends list. I'm going to actually have to build up the community because I'm so ingrained into Xbox. But that's where I own most of my games. But alright, let's see. What else have I played? I played Minecraft Story Mode. That was very interesting. I know the reviews came out for it, and people were kind of hit and miss on it. I don't want to spoil anything, but like the first 2-3 hours, the game isn't about like saving the world or anything that grandiose, and I think that really pissed people off. Like it's not this huge climatic adventure that's adults only and it's rated for kids. It's just not there. It's like, well, it's a kid's game. It's Minecraft. It's a Telltale game. What did you expect? I mean, I think what they're pulling off with is fantastic. Yes, the first couple hours were very just like, oh, kid joke, maybe adult PG-13 joke, kid joke. Like, it wasn't catered to a 30-year-old like myself, but I was still able to sit there and play it and go, yeah, it's pretty funny, that's good. Ruben's awesome, the pig. I mean, I'm down to play it. I can't wait for the next episode to come out. It's a Telltale game. I did buy Back to the Future. I have not played it yet, though. But that's the other Telltale game that I ended up picking up. Now, just to be clear, you've probably read it if you follow me on Twitter. I got a code to Crimson Land, and I got to play that. I did give the code away for Crimson Land. I gave it to Vern, so he unlocked the game himself. But I actually bought Crimson Land because those games kind of are up my alley, and I really like the twin stick shooter on the screen. If you play it, the first 3 minutes of it aren't great. Like, it feels like you're kind of just a really bad generic twin stick shooter. But after the 3 minute mark, and I'm being very honest, it's like 3 minutes, it ramps up to this insanely awesome game that there's gore all over the ground, and it's just non-stop violence and shooting and blood and guts, and it's that top-down twin stick shooter that you like to play. And like I said, I paid for it. I did get the code, and I gave it to Vern. I would like to thank them so much for sending us a code for the game. That was so awesome of them to do. But I'd like to support companies like that can make games that I like to play. I don't want to... my throat's starting to hurt. I'm sorry. I don't want to just, take from devs. I want to give back, and it was only $11. So it was well worth the purchase. Crimson Land was awesome. I'm not being paid to say that, but I enjoyed it. And it reminds me a lot of I Made a Game with Zombies in it, which to me was amazing. And sadly, that's kind of what I wanted from this game. I didn't want just... I didn't want a level shooter, but I think it does levels really well because you're unlocking new guns and new abilities and new health ways to do health. They make the levels actually feel good and not just be slowly grinding through levels. I'm always unlocking something new and always have something cool to try out, which is very good in a game like that. Now on the music department of the game, I hate to say it's not that great. It's just very generic action music, I guess is the right way to put it. It's just generic, and I'm not a fan of it, and I don't think that's good at all. Especially coming off of, I don't know, just having a grass field where zombies are walking up to you and you're shooting them. I think I Made a Game with Zombies in it. The music on that is so amazing, it's hard not to reference it in a game like this, because it's such a... I'm not going to call it a clone, because it does a lot more than I Made a Game with Zombies in it does. But it's not in this... They're almost not in the same league, but they are both twin stick shooters. But I really do enjoy Crimson Land. I think anybody that it was on the fence about picking it up, go ahead, buy it for $11. It's worth every penny. I've been enjoying it a lot so far. But, if you're not into twin stick shooters, it might not... I mean, Vern's not a big twin stick shooter, man, but he was into it. He played it. He enjoyed it. So I think it's just one of the twin stick shooters where it's slower than Geometry Wars. It's not going to be that fast-paced. It's going to be a nice, simple pace for you to kind of sit there, and it ramps up over time. And you're going level to level, so you can go straight into, really just beating the crap out of people. While, in comparison, something like Geometry Wars, 2 minutes in, it's full bore. You need to be good at Geometry Wars, or you're just going to get destroyed. But that's it for Crimson Land. Thanks to everybody for sending us codes and everything. It was an awesome game. I do recommend picking it up. Now, where to go from here? Let's go to Sifted. I'm using their service just to kind of aggregate our news. We'll see what's going on. I said I wanted to leave the Phil Spencer interview for next week when we actually have everybody on the podcast to actually talk about it, to get everybody's opinions on it. I know Life is Strange is beginning a lot of announcements for their final thing, their final episode to come out. I have not catched up on that yet, but I definitely do want to play with that and mess around with it a lot more. But I've been kind of on the fence because it's a slow burn, and like Telltale games are very good at like keeping the pace up, and I never feel like I'm waiting too long. But that game specifically is just such a slow burn, and it's hard for me to want to play it, which is sad because I like those style of games. Excuse me. Now, I don't know I guess we could go over the NXOE. The new Xbox One experience is pretty awesome. I know it's a little bit different than what people have been playing so far. So if you're not in the preview program, it is still really buggy. It's as fast as they say it is. But like reporting bugs is a big thing. People, if you want to stay in the preview program, I recommend that you start reporting nonstop, and that way you get your score up there so they don't. It sounds like they're going to start kicking people out soon of the preview program for not reporting bugs, and that way they get a more quality experience when it comes to who's in the preview program, and that way they can actually get the feedback they need to fix the dash and whatever they have to do, which is always a top priority. Mickey Worm says, "My opinion is all you need, Dustin." All right, that's true. Mickey, if you want to be on the podcast, I can put you in through Xbox. We'll just have the Mickey show. It'll be great. I don't have a picture for you, but we could have the Mickey show. Where were we? I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Alright, so what other news came out this week? Metal Gear Phantom Pain online. The online version of Metal Gear Solid's out. I haven't played it yet. I hate to say, haven't done it. Battlefront, I still don't like it. I played it. We talked about it last week. I played it again. It's still. It feels for $60. I think that's a complete ripoff, and you shouldn't pay for it. They announced that they're not going to have party chat in Battlefront. There's no dedicated chat system. So if you're going to be on the field with your team, good luck. If you don't have a friends list that's actually playing it, good luck. That's just shitty. Like, Battlefront needed exactly what Battlefield did. They needed 5-man teams, not 2 people. And that way the 5-man teams could all chatted with each other slowly, and you would have 4 5-man teams. 20, what was it, 20v20? I believe is the 40-player map size, so there's no excuse. It's a disgrace that they're releasing a game like that. I would not recommend you buy Battlefront on any console at all. Just, it's awful. It's awful. Just go down, look at some other news. I'm sorry, I'm so unprepared for this. Transformers, I haven't played that. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 is still coming out this year, so that is something to talk about. Xbox One wireless controller adapter for Windows coming on October 20th. So this is a big thing. I'm really looking forward to it because I am also a PC gamer. But the problem with PC gaming, especially with the controller, is you got the PC hooked up. Yes, you could have a mouse and keyboard. They're wireless now, but I want to have my chat pad hooked directly into my controller with my headset on, running everything from my PC through it. So that way I can use the chat pad to chat with people on PC through the game, and also be able to use the controller for the rest of it. And that way I can just sit back on the couch and not think about it anymore. I think that's the future. That's what I want to do. I don't want to sit here and like BS and fight with controls or anything like that. But that's what I'm looking for. Mine is good too. Try refreshing. My internet's running less than 1 megabyte. Okay, so it looks like people are having streaming issues. I'm sorry, Mickey Worm. One day you'll have good internet. One day. I can't guarantee when that day will be, but one day. One day everybody will have good internet. Not as good as the rest, but you'll be able to stream video at least. Let's see. Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Another game that's going to die off into oblivion. That's what I'm really curious to see this year. How well Assassin's Creed does. I don't think they're going to do good. I think this is the year Assassin's Creed actually dies. Vern keeps saying they need to do a reboot, but I don't think you can reboot something you've never done anything with in the first place. It would just be another game with a new story, because they've never done anything with it. They had a story in 2. They tried to finish it up in 3. They just didn't do anything with it. They just gave up. And it's sad because we wanted to see, after the 3rd game, like it or hate it, they actually had something going. And they just gave up on it completely, and it sucked. Which is very sad, and I wanted to see them do more than just give up on a game like that, because it was an interesting universe. It really did catch me by surprise. Like the first game, you saw it, you were like, wow, this has major flaws, but it's going to get there. The second game was just utterly like, wow, they figured it out. This is so much better. The next game is going to be amazing. And then they did 2 other games, and it was kind of like, okay, yeah, these are really good, but where's the 3rd game? Then they did the 3rd game, and it was a disappointment. And then they just kept releasing shit. Like, I like Black Flag, but that should have never been an Assassin's Creed game. That should have been, without a doubt, just a pirate simulator. Black Flag. It would have been awesome. Taking ships, destroying other ships. Just, they could have done that, and it would have been a better game for it. You didn't need to tie in a fictional reality and all that crazy stuff into into Black Flag. It just needed to be a pirate game. And that they could have had a whole new franchise. They could have just had like a Blackbeard adventure game or something starring some other character, and just redo the whole thing of Black Flag for console gamers, not that. It was just, the story was dumb. The game was fun, but the story was dumb. Alright, Phil Spencer interview. We already went. Kind of touched base on that. Like, people talking about Xbox being bad. It's not. Shut up. I'm done with it. Minecraft streamer buys $4.5 million mansion. Why do people care? Look, if I could stream doing what I do on Twitch, I probably would be a little bit more scared of spending that kind of money on a platform like Twitch if that was my job. I wish I could afford a $4.5 million mansion by being a Twitch streamer. That'd be awesome. I don't begrudge that on anybody, and I don't see why people are so much into this guy's business. I mean, if he wants to spend $4.5 million on a house, let him. Good for him. I'm happy that Twitch can offer people situations like that. That's Jason.
What are you doing, a one-man podcast?
One-man podcast.
I was taking a nap.
You're taking a nap? Well,
Yeah,
you should have woke up.
I just did, goddammit.
People are in the back going, what the hell's going on? See, they see you waving on Twitch.
South Park, okay.
South Park. That was a great episode. You should have watched that. And you knew the podcast was at 8, so don't tell me you're taking a nap. You know what time it is.
You could have woke me up.
I didn't have to wake you up. You set an alarm, sir. Set an alarm.
Set no damn alarm.
Alright, so, moving on to sifted stuff. Let's see, Halo 5 Guardians reveal.
I have show notes.
You have show notes?
I have show notes.
Where are the show notes?
They're on my computer.
Well, get on.
You're not on Skype.
I can get on Skype.
Well, please get on Skype.
Alright, get on Skype.
Alright.
I guess we'll have Jason on the show in just a second. The one-man show. It's going to be awesome. One day, I'll be able to do my own show without people nagging me. What happened to Total Biscuit? I didn't hear. I feel so bad about the guy he used a lot to live 10 minutes from me. I haven't heard anything about Total Biscuit or what's going on with them. Look, all I know is Jason was taking a nap. I'm trying to do the show. I'm trying to be professional. Keeping stuff up for y'all. But let me go ahead and type in Skype. And we'll get Jason in on the show. I don't even have like a setup to have 2-man on Skype. So this, or for OBS. So that'll be interesting. But give me 1 sec. Let me call him. And that way y'all will be able to hear him. Hello?
Him here.
Alright, we can hear you now. Welcome to the show, Jason.
Hello.
You late bastard. I'm going to add more people to the show. Let's see who actually answers the call. Let's see. Let's add Steve.
If you're talking, Dusty, I can't hear you over Skype.
Oh, that's because I don't have it set up.
What's going on?
1 sec, guys.
Why can I not hear you?
You should be able to hear me now.
I can hear you now.
Yep. So, we got that going on. Got this. We have everything going. This is the worst podcast ever when it comes to...
It's the best podcast ever.
I apologize to everybody watching on Twitch for this disaster of a show. Like I said, next week we'll have something definitely normal. Nothing like this again.
Oh crap, I forgot I unplugged my damn webcam the other day.
They won't see you on your webcam anyway.
Alright, so it worked out. Me being lazy worked out. That's good.
Oh, he had cancer and it didn't work out? That sucks. I'm so sorry to Total Biscuit. That really
He had cancer in his he had himself scanned or something like that again, and they found cancer cells are still in his liver, and that they gave him 2 to 3 years to live.
Wow.
And apparently most people that get this kind of cancer, liver cancer, are old and they're not very strong. So they're hoping he can last much longer than normally. Hopefully they can he's starting chemo again soon. It's a downer of a podcast so far, man.
Yeah. That's so sad. I feel like our condolences go out to Total Biscuit and his family and everybody. That's hopefully they can find a treatment in the next couple of years. Like you said, have him live, because he's so young, to be able to try to survive as long as possible for a treatment to be formed so that he can live through it and get past it and get into remission. But they're finding new cures all the time, and hopefully they can get one for him as soon as possible.
Well, I got a question for you, Dustin.
Yeah?
Am I supposed to be using Audacity right now?
No, you don't.
Okay, good.
I'm just going to rip all the audio from OBS. And because there's only 2 of us, we won't really talk over one another, so it won't be an issue.
And by the way, I sent you the show notes.
Oh, did you do it in Skype?
Yes, I did.
I already read off some stuff, so we're not going to go over all this, so you know.
Well, we can go over. You know what? Well, don't even worry about getting it. I'll say it, and then we can talk about it, I guess.
All right. Well, I'll hit things real quick. Halo 5 Guardians launch celebration. Halo is now $4.6 billion franchise. World premiere of Halo Fall of Reach, Episode 1, roundtable featuring writers of Halo 5, Halo launch...
Oh, you're going too fast. Goddamn, you're going way too fast.
Why?
You're going way too fast.
I'm just going to go through it, and then we can talk about it.
Okay, if you're gonna do that. You still talk... I couldn't even understand what you're saying,
The Halo API support is open for all in Halo 5. Review embargo lifts Monday, October 26th at 12:01 Pacific Standard Time. Halo 5 will be in-air controls for vehicles. Halo 5 will require 60 gigabytes of space, along with a 9 gigabyte day 1 patch. Launch playlists revealed include Warzone, Warzone Assault, Assault Defend matches, Team Arena, Breakout, Slayer, Captured the Flag, and Strongholds. Slayer, Breakout, Free for All, SWAT, and Weekend Social. Weekly playlists will be with a mode voted on by the community. Bonus XP and requisition points for playing this playlist. Requisition microtransactions revealed. Bronze 1,250 RP for offered for real money. Silver
Not offered.
not offered for real money. Okay. Silver is 5,000 requisition points for $2, and gold is 10,000 for $3. Earn rate 2,000 requisition points. Warzone game played.
I'm sorry. That should be. It's 2,000 requisition points per Warzone game played. I put a slash. I should have put poor. Sorry.
A portion of all sales go towards Halo World Championship prize pool. So, where to start, Jason? Where did the world premiere thing? Yeah, world premiere of the Halo. Like you said, there's gonna be more world premieres, right?
Okay. Well, the only detail we have, they said world premiere in the trailer, but later on in details, they said world premiere of the Halo: The Fall of Reach Episode 1. And Halo: The Fall of Reach is an animated thing they're doing. That's going to be, if you buy the limited edition version, I think, you get it for free. Well, you don't get it for free, you're paying for it, but it's bundled along with the game if you get the limited edition version. Um, I don't think we're going to get anything other than that. I think that's the world premiere. Although they did say world premieres, so I have no clue, dude. I don't think it's going to be a game. I agree with what you said earlier that it's probably going to be you moving your stuff just creeped the shit out of me. But I think it's going to be I think it's going to be maps and stuff like that. Maybe we'll see big team battle. You know.
Okay.
I think the big one is that this is a $4.6 billion franchise now. That's insane. Like, I didn't know Halo was that big. Like, I knew it was big, but I didn't know it was $5 billion big. You know? We're on Halo 5, so mainline sense, that's $1 billion a game. You know? Although, of course, you got to add an ODST and Halo Wars in there. And they have that Russian PC game now, and you probably got to throw the books in there too. But mainly, the money is the games, and god damn, that's a shit ton of money. And then next, they have a roundtable featuring the writers of Halo 5 and Nathan Fillion. Of what we saw in the trailer, it looks like it's Frankie's going to be there, which that guy's always a bunch of fun to listen to. And, they said it's going to be writers of Halo 5, so it should be a good roundtable. I'll definitely watch it for that. I think it's kind of odd that they only have Nathan Fillion in there. I thought they might have had, what is it, Jason Downs? Or,
Yeah.
no, Steve. God damn it. Is it Steve Downs? He's the voice? Whatever. The voice of Master Chief and the voice of Arbiter. I always keep forgetting their names.
Steve Downs.
Steve Downs and God, I love them too, and I always forget their names. But I'm surprised they're not there. I mean, if they're gonna have Nathan Fillion, maybe they just couldn't make it, or you never know. And then the Halo 5 launch gameplay trailer. What do you think of that, Dusty?
It was pretty epic. Pretty epic. Where to start with it? It's the
IGN
first-
did well, I was gonna say IGN did a really good. If you want to watch they go back and look at every piece in the replay theater. They did a really good job piecing it piece.
Okay. No, no, like I liked it. It was the first trailer in a while that really got me hyped for a game. Um, I've kind of been, I don't know, like things have looked all right, but nothing's really caught me this year so far. But that really, truly got me excited for Halo and future games coming out.
I think it's a really good trailer for people that just like Halo. And what I mean by that is, I mean, I think the trailer was less for us as the the big as the small community that's online and dedicated, and it was more for the guys that aren't like that. They're gonna see this on TV, you know.
Yeah.
Although they're probably gonna get like a cut version, but I think this is mainly for them, and I think this will drum up a lot of excitement for the game. It already drummed up a lot of excitement just for us. I mean, it's gotten 2 million views in 3 days. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, there's things that have done better, but for a launch trailer, that's pretty goddamn awesome. Uh, what do we got next? Halo API support is open for all in Halo 5. Okay, what this means is that essentially they're going to open up the API so anyone that wants to build a community app or have a community website for statistics for the game can do it. So they're not going to block any of that or close it off or anything. If anyone wants to do any of that, go at it, which is awesome. It shows community support. Uh, what's next here? Here's an interesting one. Halo 5 will have in-air controls for vehicles. Now, this was only cited, they only said examples for the Warthog and the Mongoose. And apparently, it's going to be, you're going to go in the air and you can slowly move. So if your vehicle looks like it's going to land and tip over and go all over the place, you can slowly put it better on a better track for a landing. Um, they did say that it might be slow at first, but if you keep going, it will speed up. But essentially, it's not. What game am I thinking of? It's not Grand Theft Auto style. It's not gonna be. You can't go all over the place in the air. I think it's an interesting mechanic, though. It should. It should change up some how the gameplay is online, definitely with capture the flag and stuff like that. Because you notice now when playing the game, like if you're driving a warthog, go off a jump, you hit the ground just wrong, and all of a sudden it goes all over the place, and everyone not dies, but everyone has to get out of the warthog. Uh, I don't know. I'm interested to see how that works out. Uh, I can't hear you, Dustin.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to go through everything on this list because I've already been like, I was trying to aim for more of a shorter show.
Okay.
But let's
Is
move
this
on.
the .5 episode?
Yeah, this is our point .5 episode. It, honestly, we were joking about doing a point .5 episode because we wanted to for Halo Week to be 117, and it looks like this might actually become that, which is funny.
Okay, well, just three more quick things on Halo because this is the bulk of all the news. Um, Review embargo lifts on Monday, October 26th at 12. Oh, did you already? Well, you already
Yeah, we
said
talked
that,
about
so it
this.
doesn't. You said the required space too, so people will want to know that. The only thing we really got to talk about, honestly, left is the microtransactions, and I think that's fine. Like for 2,000, literally every Warzone game you play, you can buy a bronze pack. You can almost buy two bronze packs. So if you make 2,500 in a Warzone, you can buy two bronze packs and shit, man. And those aren't even offered real money, so they're probably not insanely good, but still. Um, Around every two, you can buy a silver pack, and I don't know, around 5 or 6 games, maybe 7, you can get yourself a gold pack. So it sounds fine to me, and they're going to be throwing stuff at you all the time.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty cool.
All right. Star Wars Battlefront won't have dedicated voice chat. We talked about that earlier. That sucks, and that game's not worth buying. Microsoft teams up with
Well,
Blizzard.
did you see? Did you see the season pass costs $50 for 4 expansions,
Oh, I
and they
know.
haven't detailed any of them?
Yeah, like that game's not worth it. Like I'm calling it now. I don't.
$50 for a season pass
And no dedicated, no chat in game. Yeah,
on the PC either. That's the one that surprised me. I guess it shouldn't be surprising, but god damn.
like it feels like such a half-assed job. Like it's just they're literally just going in to collect money. They're not. There's
Yeah.
no single player. There's no chat in multiplayer. They want you to pay for fucking $50 for 4 expansions, which they haven't even told you what's in them yet. Like it's so
It's a
half-assed.
cash grab.
It's a
It
cash
really
grab,
is a
and
cash grab.
it's not worth anybody picking up.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Microsoft teams up with Blizzard to stream BlizzCon's 2015 opening ceremony to the Xbox One. Jason, are we finally seeing World of Warcraft on console?
I don't think so. They'll probably like the realistic thing is we'll probably see something Diablo related, or even maybe Hearthstone related. I think we got a big chance of that. I would think it would be
What
awesome
would be the
and
biggest thing to come out of this?
World of Warcraft. Like the biggest
I
possible
no,
thing
I
to come
think
out
the
of this
biggest
would be
possible
World of
thing
Warcraft.
would be Diablo 4 exclusive to Xbox One and
No,
PC.
don't you think it's a little early? Wouldn't they announce that at like E3? I guess not. It is BlizzCon.
Yeah, Blizzard
I
doesn't
don't know.
wait for E3. Blizzard does what they want to do on their time frame.
Yeah,
You know why?
it's Blizzard.
Because it's Blizzard. Yeah, Blizzard
Uh,
doesn't wait for press events. They make their own press events.
I don't know, man. That'd be pretty nuts. I still think the largest thing they could possibly do is World of Warcraft. Just be like, the largest thing they could do is World of Warcraft is now available to play right now.
But think about it. Since Sony locked up Street Fighter, there's a chance Microsoft said we need to have a game that can combat that. Not genre specific, but literally we can just take something away from PlayStation. Especially
Yeah.
since the PlayStation had marketing rights before. Like just
Oh
grab
God.
fucking Diablo and take
Yeah.
it. Because it's such a beloved game.
Well, it's something. They're teaming up with them, and it's pretty interesting.
It has to
That
be big. It's not going to be
yeah,
small.
that they would have the opening ceremonies, which are traditionally you have to pay to watch this.
Yep.
No. I'm wrong. Traditionally, they are free to stream, but not to consoles.
It's just really weird that Blizzard is teaming up with Microsoft.
Yeah.
It's not something you see often.
No, it's not.
All right, Scuf Gaming license its technology to Microsoft and becomes the official exclusive Xbox third-party controller partner for professional gaming. They will build accessories for the Elite controller, which is very interesting.
They're not when they said exclusive. They're not. They're still going to make PS4 stuff and whatever else they make. But for right now, Microsoft has they can use any of Scuff's trademarks or intellectual property as they want to. And basically, what this deal does is it puts Scuff under an umbrella not to be hurt by the Elite controller.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be basically the one officially supporting the Elite controller. So that means, I guess, what I'm guessing this means is they'll probably have custom paddles for it. They'll probably have a custom D-pad. They might even have their own version of the Elite controller, which would be kind of cool if they could make any improvements they would see fit to it, you know? I'm sure they'll put like some crazy ass accessories or whatever they make that could be put onto it. But I don't know. It's interesting nonetheless.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Beta games and apps released. First beta app is the community calendar, where you can find out times where you and game developers can play together, and it's interesting.
I think it's better for being able to see what free content's coming out.
Yeah.
Like it'll tell you, hey, The Walking Dead is coming out at this point in time, you know, or for free on Games with Gold. I think it's an interesting app. I hope I kind of wish it wasn't an app and more built into the dashboard, but I don't know. We'll see.
All right, and we've gone over the wireless adapter for PC already. I'm really excited for that. I was telling them I'm hoping that the chat pad hooked to the Elite controller, plugged through the wireless adapter on the PC, works as a keyboard on the PC. And that way, if you're sitting on the couch or like laying down or whatever, you could still write, use the chat feature in most PC games,
Yeah.
and do text chat through the gamepad. That'd be fantastic. And that would make literally the Xbox One controller the best controller for PC gaming. I mean, you can already get control keypads that do it already, but it'd be nice that it's like an all-in-one first-party solution from Microsoft.
Oh, the if you get an Elite controller and put a chat pad on it and then use that on your PC, you're hooked up, man.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing you'd be down is a mouse,
Yeah.
which if they could
But
find
if you're
like
using,
that, I was talking to Vern. I was like, if they could just put like if they would have released one with a little nub on it, like on laptops, that would have been like the absolute best PC version of the chat pad with the little nub.
yeah,
That would kill everything. Which they
Dusty,
might,
we can get Epic Cast. It's a dank meme.
yeah.
Swag. No, I'm not gonna say it.
All right. Well, band user, thank you, sir. We appreciate your support and trying to help us get Epic Cash. But you are now banned from this chat room.
The only thing that is new that we didn't know about before is that it actually comes with an extending cable. And that's not something you usually get with dongles. I actually got it with my keyboard dongle, so that's actually a pretty cool thing. It basically means is you can hook up the extending cable and just put the dongle wherever it has best reception for you. So even if it extends it another 10 feet for you, that's in whatever direction, that's still a good amount.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for news this week, guys. We've gone over all of it.
All the interesting news, anyway. There's some other stuff, but
Well, I went over some of the Phil Spencer interview earlier in the show, Jason, but we're gonna wait till next week to actually get into that and actually chat with everybody about it.
yeah.
But what is there? And I've actually already gone over what I've been playing this week. I haven't really played much at all. What is there anything you want to talk about that you've been playing? Have you tried? What'd you think of Crimson Land? Did you play any of that?
Yeah, I played a bit of Crimson Land. It's fine. It reminds me of I made a game with zombies in it, which it should.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I mean, I wasn't.
I
It's not a
recommended
thing.
it.
Yeah,
I think it's a good. Like if you just want something to burn time, it's perfect. It doesn't make you feel like, well, I'm gonna have to spend the next like 40 minutes doing this. Like it's no, you could just pick it up, kill some things, set it down, and you're good to go.
it's a pretty great split screen game.
Yeah,
Just
well,
to kill
there's no
time.
split screen, Jason.
Or playing call. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
it's
split screen, but yeah, yeah. But no, it's pretty awesome.
Alright. Anything
What else
that
was I
you've been
playing?
on PC?
Playing
or
a bit of
anything?
Forza. I haven't played anything on PC, honestly. All I did on PC, I watched Tokyo Ghoul, but that's not a game.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. Hopefully, next season doesn't come out till next year. But other than that, just Forza. Been playing. What was it? We were playing a little Battlefield 4. That didn't go over very well last night. Had a lot of connection problems. I don't know. That's just about it.
I'll be honest. I've been playing a lot of Minecraft. We played that, Jason.
Yeah, we did play Minecraft. It's Minecraft. What are you gonna say?
Like, no, but
Have you?
we've jumped in because normally me and Vern's wife Maria we play creative and just like build insanely complicated huge shit. But we've really dug down and started playing survival the last like week and a half, and it's been a lot of fun. Like it's just very enjoyable to do that.
We built 2 mines right next to each other.
I wouldn't say we built 2 mines. like we built ours and found a cave and like worked our way down. You
Okay.
built an actual mine going
Yeah.
down, which we just ended up building into and making it part of the house.
Yeah.
Like we just merged houses. That's all. It was like a
And
Game of
if
Thrones moment.
the way I like to build mine, describe it to anyone, is I like to build a spiral staircase down to the bedrock, and then in the center you leave about 4 blocks wide on all sides in the center, and then those 2 blocks or the 4 blocks in the middle, you can cut through those, and at the very bottom you can put a bit of water, and so you can jump straight down into the water, so you don't have to run down the stairs every time you go do it.
Yeah.
Apparently, Mickey Worm has a huge mine if you want to see it.
Well, no, he says I need to see it.
Says,
I'm scared.
I don't know if
I'm scared.
I don't know if this is
But
yeah.
Mickey, I will definitely check out your mine. We'll see what's going on with it. And then I'll report back on the show to tell people just how big this mine is.
I don't know if this is
But I think that's going to be it for the show this week. We've been doing it an hour and some odd minutes. My throat at this point is killing me, and we've kind of hit all the high notes. Like I said, this is just our little 0.5 show, or whatever you want to call it, or just a mini show for the
we're
week.
doing a 0.5 so we can be at 117 for the launch of Halo 5.
Yes. Does
Right.
that mean we have to do another 0.5 show, or are we just good to go?
No, we just got to do 1.5 so, and the
okay.
next one will be this is just in between the shows.
Yeah. But that's going to be it for this week, guys. I appreciate everybody for tuning in and listening to me ramble for a good solid 30, 40 minutes by myself before Jason joined. So
Thanks for joining us, Mickey.
Yeah.
And Prophecy.
Mickey, Prophecy. Sunderland was in the chat or in the room, so if you're
Oh, was he
listening,
cool?
Yeah. We had a good follow, people came in. People hung out with me because I'm the best.
Straight.
And they actually left when you showed up, which is pretty funny.
Oh, Jason's here. I'm getting the fuck out.
But we'll catch all y'all next week. You can write us because we're going to do letters, all our letters next week. And please write us at letters@xboxuncut.com. That's letters@xboxuncut.com. And we'll read them first thing. That's something I want to get out of I don't want to say get out of the way, but it's one I want to grab on first because we have such a great community that supports us and hangs out with us every week. Especially, Prophecy Sunderland. We're going to hopefully have an amazing intro for next week. It's going to be better than our intro this week because I kind of butchered the one that One Saint made us for this week to make this week's intro, but it'll be something special, trust me, because One Saint's amazing. But we'll catch you next week, guys. Peace out.
Bye.